There are 6 giant egg sacs placed inside. The material looks a bit like leather. When open, it shows 4 petal-like structures. The inside of the egg is composed of a white gelatinous culture machine and a layer of fibrous lipid membrane. The curious captain stretched his head to see what was squirming inside. However, a white creature suddenly jumped out in the next second, tightly clinging to his face, and then laid a row of eggs into the captain's body. This is the monster face-exploding worm used by Lu Minjing. David was quietly watching on the side because he knew that the most perfect new species in the universe was about to be born. Sure enough, after the captain woke up, a group of complete chest expanders broke away from his body. David looked at the child he had raised with his own hands and couldn't help raising his hands, as if celebrating that he had become the new creator. At the same time, another Walter, a bionic man, also discovered the secret of David's human experimentation. First, David tried to change Walter and let him join his creation plan. However, the latest generation of bionic men were set to not disobey human orders from the moment they appeared. If they couldn't get it, they would be destroyed. Suddenly, David stabbed Walter's end button with a knife. The remaining members on the other side also found the giant egg sac opened in the cellar. Suddenly, a face-exploding bug rushed out of the darkness and quickly attacked a member. Although the bomb was shot in time, the face-exploding bug seemed to have completed the sacrifice of the host. Turning to the other side, the heroine also discovered the secret of David's human experimentation. He knew that David was behind him. How could he be a match for the bionic robot? He was soon forced into a desperate situation. The critical moment of life and death. A second ago, Walter arrived in time. It turned out that Walter, as the latest generation of bionic man, had his whole body upgraded greatly. Both his strength and sensitivity were far superior to David. He quickly dealt with the madman. Now the rescue ship outside has also arrived. The 3 living people have been rescued, but everyone seems to have forgotten that there is still a tricky guy. Ihan rushed over and jumped onto the ship. The heroine also had a gun and wanted to fight him. The fierce battle was full of twists and turns. Ihan would never have thought that he would be caught and exploded by the excavator's money shovel in the end. In this way, the fight was considered to be safe and sound and returned to the mothership flagship. I thought it was over. However, in fact, the member who was parasitized before had already carried a new alien embryo. Unaware of it, the crew members were killed one after another. The heroine who arrived later saw this scene, and it was not the right time to be sad. She started a counterattack with her only remaining companion, Curly. With the help of Walter, the spaceship drove the alien to the tail by changing the hatch of the passage. The heroine was really fierce. She locked the group in the cab of the rover by herself. This time, Curly pressed the switch of the rear hatch. The huge pressure difference in space sucked the car out. The group of people who did not give up jumped and clung to the hull, but they still couldn't beat the aura of the protagonist. In the end, of course, the protagonist survived successfully. According to the previously locked course, they are now going to the originator planet number 6. But when the heroine entered the hibernation cabin, she realized that the bionic man in front of her was not Walter, but David. Don't let the bedbugs run. At the end of the story, David opened the incubator of the human embryos and put the 2 scurvy bug eggs hidden in his stomach into it. Looking at the 1,140 hibernating humans, what kind of terrible monster will David create? Please look forward to seeing the next Alien movie directed by Ray Dre Scott in your lifetime. A thrilling, action-packed fantasy drama you can't miss. Watch it now, you won't be disappointed.